What they do, y'all. How y'all doing out there?
Hey, y'all.
Hopefully y'all doing well.
Hello.
Had a great week.
Hello.
Yeah, and turned up and all that good stuff, right, T?
Of course.
So we back with another one.
And another one.
We back with a spicy one today.
Hello. Hey, what Ludacris said, I got what in different area goals.
Right. So actually
right.
today we're gonna do a reaction video.
Okay.
With the, I ain't gonna say world renowned, but I'm gonna just say with Superhead.
All right.
So
okay.
we just gonna let her. We just gonna react to the video.
All right.
Right.
Okay.
All right, y'all. So what's gonna be the topic? Explain yourself. 304s.
It's just be you. It's okay to be you.
Okay then.
Just be you.
Okay.
Be you.
It's okay.
No
to
judgment.
Be you. No judgment.
You know, Geminis Gemz, we don't judge. So, do
we?
we?
Yes.
Yes.
Everyone judges. They just don't like when judgment come their way.
Okay. So.
All right.
All right.
All right. What they do. This your boy DP.
This your girl T.
And we're the Geminis Gemz, representing for the Geminis across the world, giving our own Miami perspective.
For sure. So
you can follow us on all podcast platforms at Geminis-Gems.
Also follow us on Instagram, Geminis_Gems, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Geminis Gems.
Hey, make sure you like, follow, you comment, and you subscribe. Yes. And make sure when you type it in, it's Geminis with the S, Gems with a Z. And what we do, T?
Drop them gems.
Drop them gems.
Let's get into slut shaming because I can't with you today.
All right.
It's the stigmatization of a woman. So let me stop it. Is stigmatizing a woman for engaging in behavior judged to be as promiscuous or sexually provocative?
Okay.
And I left the part where it says a woman because listen, if you look up in the dictionary any of these words, slut, whore, tramp, strumpet, every definition in the dictionary starts with a woman who, a woman. It very rarely says a person or a man or a woman who. These are terms that are strictly for women. You guys don't have these. They're not made for you. Don't do that.
I mean,
don't do that.
We get called F-boy, and that's
what, the same as a whore? Does it hit you? Does it hit you the same?
Nah, it's definitely not the same.
It's not the same.
It's not.
And the whole world doesn't do this to you, and you're not judged by it, and then you're having your life ruined by it, your work ruined by it.
So I'm gonna say something right there, right?
Go ahead, let's start it.
So first of all,
let's start it.
Right.
Go ahead.
And I don't know how to directly hit every point that she made, but there are terms that are for guys and there's terms that's for females, right? And those terms can degrade a guy or degrade a female.
Of course.
Everything, all foot don't fit in the same shoe always. So if it's something to demean a guy, right? Women usually don't have anything to say. But whenever it's a woman getting tried or degraded, they feel as though like it's a shame. Like y'all guys don't have no other terms either. And then he says a F-boy, right? But because it's not, let's say, publicized, then they feel some type of way about it. And they probably can't clearly depict every situation, or I can't think of a actual term, but I thought about like pimp, women out, and that's a man word, or let's say a porn star. A porn star is a male, right? Yeah, you have your females, but also the male. But then those things don't degrade a guy, because the more women he has, he looks good. You know, the more guys knock down the girls as a porn star, it's a good thing. It's really the girls that get the bad end of the stick on that end, but they have guys that do these things, and society does not never, let's say, degrade or shun. Not degrade. They don't shun a guy that has multiple, and that's because that's just the way of life,
Right.
you know. And that's what I have to say with that. It may not have a concrete point, but that's just the way it operates.
Right. So to add to that, because like you said, that's just how the world is. Meaning, not to say meaning, what add to is that, hey, if I sleep with 500 men, I'm a hoe. If you sleep with 800, 1,000, it's like you said, it won't degrade you, but I'm categorized. So it goes back to also, hey, if I cheat on my man, oh my goodness, it is the end of the damn world, because instantly he will do what? He will leave.
Right.
Okay. So if a male would cheat on his woman, guess what? Most likely, or 50-50, the woman might stay, or she got to go through the emotions. But why is it that? It's just because that's how we're, I guess, the
Engineer.
It's just how it is, right? So, but when it comes to it, that's why I don't put no gender, and I kind of roll my eyes, is because, like, at the end of the day, F you, to be honest, is because if I'm a female and I'm doing what T wants to do, to where I'm not killing nobody, I'm not robbing nobody, I'm not trying to break up nobody happy home, I'm just doing what I want to do to please me, or whatever I need to do. So don't categorize me, but it's just the world that we live in, to where we are hoes and you're sluts and you're tramps and all of this, but males can do it and y'all get a applause. It's bullshit.
Well, you may see it that way,
Because I'm the female.
right? And that's the thing, because you feel like women feel like they should be like men, as equal as a man, but men are different. I have a different type of strength, or even a knowledge, whereas you have a different type of strength that a man doesn't have. Like far as babies, you all can push out a child. Man cannot do that, could not even bear the pain that you all endure, right? But men don't walk around saying, well, that's a shame that I can't have a baby. You know, we let you all have your part, right? As well as we should have our part. So if there's a, let's say, a category that we put women in, or we feel as though women should not be able to do that, is because that's just a way of life, right? If you sit around and sleep with a whole bunch of guys, it brings shame to that guy, right? But you may not see it like that. You may see it, you living your life how you want to live it, but you're bringing shame towards even your family. Because think about this. If she was to have a child, and now she has that book out, she cannot republish, like she can't take the book back.
Right.
She has videos out. Right. She can't take that video back. But then the child grows up, and then one of the friends brings it out, like the Kim Kardashians. You know what I'm saying? The other women, like the Mimi from Love and Hip Hop. Once she brings that video out, now the child grows older, right? And now brings that video. The friends bring, oh, this was your mom. That's shame. But if the dad was to do it, it's not bringing shame. Oh man, your dad used to, right? But that's just the way it works, because it's more embarrassing. It may not be a distinct way of putting it, but that's just the way it is. Men accept certain, let's say, life altering or life changing things, as well as women should accept the same thing. You get what I'm saying? But you all don't like to.
So if a woman, say all women don't be a part of pornography, say women just try to be, all women be ladies, where would this world be at?
It would actually, if you say that, the world would be better.
Okay.
Because, like, and I think biblically, biblically.
I got you.
There's I think God told Solomon, King Solomon. The Bible talks about how God told King Solomon, do not twine yourself with other women from foreign land. And the reason why is because he's going to turn your heart. They're going to turn your heart away from me. And that's exactly what happened. King Solomon became this king of wisdom and knowledge and understanding. And he was known for it, right? But then his heart even turned away from God. And that's what happens. The heart will, because of the influence of a woman, can change a man's heart to go in a different direction. And then there's another scripture that, not scripture, but there was another story where God said, basically, the women, do not give yourselves because you will bring shame to your own house. Right. And that's the thing. You don't understand. Like, for example, you have a dad. Now you out here sleeping around. Now you can't find out who is the baby's father. That's bringing shame to your dad. You get what I'm saying? And there's a lot of things that come with that women probably don't understand, but all they're worried about is, I want to be as free. You know, I want to do what I want to do, but then they're not thinking about the consequences that comes with it. Go ahead. I'll let you have it. Go ahead.
So it's a few things, right?
Yep.
So I'm going to go to the main one that my thoughts are there first. So I feel that my opinion, where a woman or a female, so let me say a female probably can react to be called whatever in that category because of relationships. So everything also boils down to relationship, because I feel that what we talk about since we've been on this platform, to where we building healthy relationships, all of the positivity, if females were treated the way that they need to, I feel that they would not go out to be a hoe. They won't go out to stray, because again, it's still about choices for you to open your legs and have your number count. But I feel that males also has a part of the reasoning why a female would do her actions. And then for whatever reason, unfortunately, she might just get stuck in that phase. That's why it's called a phase. Because if you're in that whole phase, and I know what's her name, Superhead, like, why slut shaming is outdated. To me, I agree. It is outdated because, hey, who ain't doing it? Who didn't have a whole phase? And if you didn't have a whole phase, not to say your life was boring, but most people had a whole phase, not just all. But at the end of the day, it's like also males in relationships and friendships, like, things starts from the home, to where a female go in that route to be in that whole phase. Is that an excuse? Is that a reasoning? No, but I feel that males also plays a part of being in that whole phase.
Now, I disagree.
Okay.
And the reason for that is because you have to take accountability of your own action, right? It's nobody's fault that you end up sleeping with 12 guys. That's an emotional toll that you should have dealt with, or have the proper, let's say, parenting, a proper style of, just a circle that you could have dealt with all your issues. For example, I'm not going to get on, let's say, intimacy, but let's say a job. It's nobody else's fault that a man doesn't get up and go to work, but his own, right? He has to take accountability of himself. And then from there, he can, like, talk about other guys, or he can go and make money and do whatever. You get what I'm saying? But outside of that, it's really his fault. Nobody tells you to get up and open your legs up to 12 guys. And then out of the 12 guys that you do, you don't know out of the 12 who's the baby father. Then that becomes the issue. Who is at that point subject to being wrong? It's nobody or to be blamed. It's her fault. She decided to open her legs. And then how does that benefit either one, the male or the female, by smashing so many? How does that benefit you in the long term? So even if it's only outdated because you have done it, but let's say if you didn't do it, then it's not outdated. It's fine. You get what I'm saying? It's, oh, I didn't do that. It depends on the individual. Outdated, meaning that we should start accepting it as a man. You cannot, and the one thing I talked to with a friend of mine is that I'm a guy. No girl can tell me what a guy should think as well as women.
Right.
I should not tell you how to think, but what I should do is let you know how I'm thinking as well as you. You let me know how you're thinking, and then if we can find a middle ground, we'll move on from that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Or we can't find the middle ground, we still move on from that, but just maybe in a different direction. But you should not say to me, well, I should accept it. It's outdated, so you should accept us being a slut. You get what I'm saying? Or ran through. No, I don't have to if I don't want to. I'm not going to get into it.
But what is a slut though? What is the term slut, hoe? What actions do you need? So the hell with the number count. So if you take away the number count, what else categorize a person, a female, to be in those categories? I'm
gonna say based upon emotion and intent, because women can find an attractive guy and sleep with him, want to sleep with him automatically. But then they find the average guy that's good for them, right? And they say, oh, no, you got to wait. You get what I'm saying? So there is different ways of looking at the situation, you know? But to categorize her outside of the number count is to say that, look, she's willing to sleep with anyone. You get what I'm saying? Or anyone that she feel comfortable with sleeping with. So it can be a happy meal that can get her happy. You get what I'm saying? It can be a money that can get her happy, or a date, an expensive date. And I believe that's tricking. That's the same thing as being a slut. You get what I'm saying? So you can say, well, I can do this for you, and then you give me something in return, prostitution. That's why I don't see the benefit in it. It doesn't benefit a woman to sleep around. But how would people know? Well, this is when it comes to this topic, period. Yep. I feel that if you do whatever actions you do in your life, you don't have to tell a soul, because who else would know your actions? Who else know what you're doing? I love this question. If you, so is, you know, it comes with consequences, like actions, like, hey, everything we do, life choices come with consequences. Fact. So by a female doing whatever she does. Yep. And if you move like a ghost, you have to also talk like a ghost, meaning you don't tell a soul. Right. It's just only you and that plus one. If you about that life, you plus multiples, hey, you know, you do what you do. But at the end of the day, how would you know? How would you know? How would you know? It's easy. Because with women that be with different types of guys or all types of guys, she would never be satisfied. And you can tell based upon the way she moves around. Even though there's, like you said, there's always a reaction to an action, right? There's always a cause and effect. So like we talking about Superhead, she would never be satisfied. She will always have to have multiple guys to satisfy her throughout her life. Now, I know probably later on in the video, she'll be like, oh, you can take that you got the finished product. The finished product is no good. So that's you feel that is no good because, like she said, she kissed a lot of frogs. And then, hey, now when she get to her you know, her prince and her king, she's basically experienced. So is it wrong to say that, you know what, I have experience? Nothing's wrong with that, but you can have experience with one or two or three guys. You get what I'm saying? And experience it all. But when you start going on, like there's a mathematics that come with women. You always times it times 3 or 6. It depends on the woman. If the girl got a low number, times it times 6. If she got a high number, times it times 3. You get what I'm saying? Because she's not going to be 100% with you. They want to receive 100%, right, from the guy. Oh, be real with me, be honest. But they'll lie. And they'll be bold-faced lying. So I feel like why the number counting is needed. Why do
each other have to say the number count. If I feel like that's so high school.
Okay.
The number for you to know my number count and vice versa, I feel that it's high school is because what relevant information will I receive for me to know your number count, and you will look at me probably differently.
I'm
regardless, like males will look at a female different. So why tell the truth? Because the males won't be able to handle the truth. That's why females also lie partly. Females will partly lie about anything is because they will feel that particular male is not able to handle the truth. So sadly, it's sad because if I have to lie about anything just to protect your feelings, you're not the perfect match for me.
Right.
But females lie because the male not able to handle the truth.
Right. So to answer your question, I'm going to say this. Wars happen because of women. Like if you think about Troy, the movie Troy,
okay,
wars literally happen because of women. Men will go to war about a woman. So imagine this.
Okay.
We in school, right? This girl has been passed around, right? Now you start dating her. Now we go out to a party. Now everybody that knows she was about that life is
looking
there.
At y'all.
Right. Is there.
Okay.
So now we having a good old time because this has happened before.
Okay.
So we had a good old time. Now those guys, they in they mood, they feeling themselves, right? Now they trying to make a move at that same girl because they done did
so now they being
they
being disrespectful because you said she with her dude.
Was they showing signs to show disrespect towards the guy. They'll probably come over, try to get her attention. They'll probably come over, try to push up on her.
But why gotta be grown boys to do it?
No, this is what happens. Even if you change the dynamic, you can be in an elegant room. It can be the same thing. You can be in a hood room or at a club, a hood club. These things will still
be the
guys
same.
fight over strippers. You get what I'm saying? Because they know they had that girl first. If you think about Players Club, he followed all the way home. You get what I'm saying? There can be a dynamic that take place because men are conquerors, right? So the reason for bringing a war, there's a war that comes behind it. So if you're not careful as a woman, your guy this can be the best guy for you, can lose his life over you. And that's why we have to take it. Some women have to take consideration of what they're doing. You have to be careful where your foot goes. The word of God talks about that. Be careful where your foot goes because it may lead you astray. You know, and think about where you're going and what you're doing, because there's always something that can happen, either negative or bad. I mean, negative or good, but 9 times out of 10 in this context is negative. You know, so there was another question that you asked. And all I have to say was, what I have to say with it is it is not beneficial. You know, it may, even for guys, I don't believe guys should be sleeping around like that. You get what I'm saying? They should be focused on more of what they have to do. Like me, I don't want to be out there like that because you subject to getting STDs and stuff like that. Yeah, you could be protecting yourself. And I ain't saying having fun is no fun, you know, not to have no fun, but to be out there like that, that's kind of wild and crazy. You get what I'm saying? But with women do it, it takes on a different meaning. Because guys are serious. Guys will literally lose their life. Women ain't walking around here losing their life over no guy like that. Not to the magnitude of a dude. So it does matter.
Your life ruined by it. Your work ruined by it.
That's all.
Your personal relationships ruined by it. It's not the same. You guys don't have the whole world judging and telling you what to do with your body. We literally have the government telling us what to do with our bodies. The government.
Yeah.
Somebody somewhere right now is changing a law that tells us what we need to do with our bodies, when and how we can get birth control, when and how we should even be able to get abortions, or even just care, even just care. And then also when and how we should have sex and not have sex. The problem with slut shaming is this. Slut shaming is born in the insecurities of men, and your insecurities are born in your penises and your wallet size. Because honestly, and I'm gonna be super frank here, I never heard a big dick man with not just big dick energy, not just BDE, but a man who's well endowed. I've never seen a well endowed man call a woman a whore.
Okay.
It's always the man who can't handle a sexually advanced woman in the bedroom.
Okay.
When I saw this, 95% I really agreed what she said. I did. And it's just at the end of the day, well, put the link in there so they can see it, but it's just 95% of this whole 38 minutes of her, I agree mostly what she had to say.
Right, because you're a girl.
Because I'm a female.
Right,
So,
right, because
okay.
you're a female. And
Okay.
so even with what she's saying, I think that's not true. You get what I'm saying? And of course, women can only, some guys, they are quiet regardless because they getting what they getting. Some guys are rather not say anything at all. So the guys she's maybe talking about, yeah, they may have the max or they may have all what other guys may not will want, right?
Okay.
Which is the money and be well endowed, right? So yeah, you may have had more complaints from those guys, but some guys, they'll sit up there and they won't say nothing to you because they already know what they're using you for. You get what I'm saying? So it's, to me, it's, I get it, right? But I don't get it because sometimes it just don't make sense. Guys just don't want, they will be with you, but for a certain time. But if your past catches up to you in the present, then that is over with. Like, these guys will let you go. And that's just the truth about it. And I think some women cannot accept it, right? They wish they could, but they cannot. And again, you're talking from an angle from a woman, right? A female. And I'm talking from an angle from a guy. Because the guys that do have it, they still complain about it. They still sheltering. You hear of the football players telling their girls they don't want, they'll tell their chicks not to hang out with other girls because they are bad influences. You get what I'm saying? And think about it. All the girls that you know has been passed around, where are they now with the relationships? And they had both. They had the well endowed as well as the guy all the money. So you're only speaking from your feelings and not like facts. You're not coming from the angle of a guy that's really telling you, like, we care about that. That's what we care about. We don't want our daughters to walk around here, be passed around. Again, a guy would lose his life over a female and it won't be vice versa.
I got you.
So what you got to say, T?
Just the moral of this for me, when it comes to Superhead, hey, she feels that slut shaming is outdated. I don't know if she's in a relationship. I don't even know if she have kids. But like you just stated, your past will catch up. At the end of the day, just be accountable for your past. Just own it. And at the end of the day, just move forward.
Right.
Like, I wouldn't have to bring up my own past to the storefront. And I felt that she kind of, that's what she's doing. Like, she's reapping, like, if that's a damn word, if she's kind of recapping on her own past, and hey, just to probably a paycheck, hey, probably just to get her name back out there, because what else can she, bring else to the table? I don't know Superhead more than what we know her from Superhead. And when I was in middle school and high school, I read her book. Okay, I was like, oh, she is throwing shade. She is putting everybody on the storefront. But guess what? She got a check for it. So,
but look what she had to do.
Look what she had to do. Yeah,
right. She had to put a shame some guys or blast certain guys, expose certain guys in order to make $1.
Right, and that was her choice.
Right,
that was her choice.
But then what comes after that? Now,
the name calling.
Well, not just that, but then her career didn't go off.
It did not where she thought it would be at that time. At that time, because look what Kim what's her name? Kim Kardashian. What did she did? She almost did the same thing too. Like, she slept with Ray J. She was best friends with Paris Hilton, but hey, somebody said you need to do a sex video to get your name out there, because what else that she probably had to offer was the education at the time. But now, hell, Kim Kardashian, a damn lawyer. She changed her whole life. She has a resume, but at the bottom of that resume, she was what? Hell, or whatever the hell y'all categorize her. But she started then, but look what happened. So what's the difference? What's the difference of Superhead career not flourishing like Kim Kardashian career? What happened? Is it a skin color? Is it like what why she didn't flourish like Kim Kardashian?
Because Kim Kardashian didn't expose no guy. If you think about it, she didn't even put out a book about any of the guys she was with.
Absolutely right.
And then that's why she's going to be passed from the next next guy to the next guy. But they at least can say, I trust her, that she'll keep it under wraps. So then, yeah, she may be to the next Reggie Bush, and then whoever after that, and then Kanye West, and then whoever between those situations. But at least they can say, well, shoot, she not going to expose me and my dirty dirt. You understand the things I like to do.
Right.
Whereas with her, there's a reaction to every situation. So I wouldn't even trust her. I wouldn't trust her with my firstborn. You get what I'm saying? Because I know that she's going to do the worst towards my situation.
So do you feel that people can change?
Yeah, they can, but the damage is already done. So now that's just like a stigma. Like a robber is a robber. Think about a job application. It does matter what you put on there. If you're a felon, you got to put that. And then they judge you based upon that. What was your charges? Oh, your charges with theftery. Well, we can't have you around money.
They don't trust you.
Right.
People lose trust.
So even in the federal government, they will not allow you to work for them if you're a thief as far as their money. You get what I'm saying?
So by us talking about this, right? So if she came out, she was woman enough to blast it. Would I do that? No. But she was woman enough to blast it. So even by her life example, why do I need to tell someone a number count? Why do I need someone to tell the truth to where you're going to judge me? You're going to look at me differently. You're going to act just like how we're looking at her. So why tell the truth if most chances are we're going to get this reaction just like this? Because
you want an honest relationship. So if you set the foundation, like Mar has talked about it, you have to have honesty inside of your foundation. So if you cannot keep the, let's say the basis or the gist of our relationship on an honest basis, then why should I trust you? I cannot trust that you would do right by me if you cannot be honest.
I'm listening.
Right, we're holding the truth.
But it's just like the number count is so high school. So by me knowing my number count, by me knowing that I can zip it, by me knowing that I can still act like a lady, think like a man, I feel that it's nothing. But I know her past. She blasts people. T didn't say shit. I ain't maybe 2%, and it's just 2%. So, but she okay.
Well, I see it like this too, because you may say you keep it under wraps, but then
you gotta move like a ghost.
But girls talk too much.
You have to move like a ghost.
I get that, but women talk too much. And let me say, because this is what I just thought about. I may talk to, let's say, your friend.
Okay.
Now, your friend may say something to another friend. And then that's her confident friend, but then that friend may say something else to another friend. If you tell that
one person, you just told the whole world.
Right. So imagine in high school, now you just told, Sally, and then Sally told Keisha, and Keisha told Tisha.
You told that one person. You just told the whole world.
Now the guy cannot even function and move a certain way. Oh, I heard about you. I heard about you. So now we know if whatever you may have heard, where it may came from. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, even keeping it under wraps, people still do talk. Like people still talk. They don't know how to be ghost.
I wish people lie. I wish people don't lie. We gotta talk about another one too.
But then,
because males lie too,
right? But then
males lie.
But then you say that, but then you're lying as well. Like lying versus lying equals what? Lying. So you're not gonna get anywhere because everything is based upon the lie. Like finessing, right? Women get finessed and then they wonder why, like, oh, how the world you got, like, how you end up playing me like that? Because you are lured by what you're lusting after, right? Because he may look good or he may drive this car. He may be finessing a whole situation. I heard of situations where guys were riding in their friends' cars. That's how they end up snatching the girl. And now the girl can't understand why he keep coming around without his friends. Like, why your friends always got to come around? Because it's his car. I seen a girl get played like that, and I ain't say nothing, but she was lured by what she lusted after. So there's a consequences for it. Like at the end of the day, your past will always catch up to you, right?
I feel like it would catch up to you, but you would beat it if you stand in your truth.
But in truth, there must be honesty. Like most girls would say, I want a guy that's honest. So he would say, hey, listen, what's up, man? You got a nice body, man. I want to smash.
Okay.
You feel me? I want to smack that.
Okay.
Now the girl has options to say, well, shoot, at least he was 100 with me, or shoot, that's too much. I'm not looking for that. Right. And then the world continues on. And that's the question that you asked. Basically, if the girls did the right thing, where the world would be, it would be in a better place. Because if the woman is in place, the man is in place. But if the man is in place and the woman is out of place, then we all over the place. Because the man can still be out of place, but because the woman gets in place, we'll get in place. Because we do everything based upon women. So if a woman is out here running rapidly, men are going to do the most craziest things because their women are not in place. Think about it. When a girl cheats, the man goes super crazy. When the man, well, that's my bad. So when the woman cheats, the man go crazy. Now, if the man cheats, the woman can hold it. You get what I'm saying? Because there's a place in the heart. Her emotions isn't well, he's still coming home to me and I still love him and this, that, and the third. And yeah, they may be a double standard with it, but it's just the honest truth. Yep. She can really take pain that a man cannot take. That's why he'll end up killing the girl and the guy.
So are we stronger or equal?
Well,
when it comes to only that particular topic.
Right. So with that, and I'm gonna say what I believe is real. Yes, emotionally, you all are strong. Mentally, you all are insane. No, I ain't gonna say insane. I'm gonna say delusional. Mentally, you all are delusional, but emotionally, there's something about your emotions that can, let's say, harness a lot. Like you can create a great atmosphere. Or you could create I'm gonna say it like this: if you go inside of a club and the girls are friendly, they're gentle, they're pleasant, men throw more money. But if you go inside of a club or any atmosphere, even church, with the ushers, if the women in the church are pleasant, not mean, the atmosphere is great. You'll give more. You'll do more for the church because the atmosphere is great. But if you go any place and the hospitality where the woman carries that load isn't on point, you get the worst of the worst. You get more fights. You get more, this, that, and the third, because people don't know how to diffuse certain situations. Women can walk to a Hulk and make him minimize himself to a human being. And it shows you it, but that's the power you all have basically about emotions. You can stop my anger. You can calm me down from going irate.
We can start it and stop it.
Exactly.
We have control.
Right. And that's where y'all strength lies. But there's power in that, but y'all don't want to walk in it.
Most females don't know the power that we have with that.
Right.
They don't. If y'all would listen to T, I feel God, this world could be also a better place.
We all feel that.
So it's just, but I hear you.
Right.
All right now.
So,
Okay.
well, I mean, there's more.
Y'all tune
of
into
the video.
the whole phase. Tune into the whole phase.
Right.
Tune them to the next video to the whole phase.
Okay.
All right now.
So,
Yes.
yeah, the video, we were just giving our feedback.
Yeah.
You could check the video out. It'll be linked in our description below.
All right.
Yeah, I'm your boy DP. This my girl T.
There you go.
And we Gemini Gemz.
Yes.
That's Geminis with the S.
Yes.
Gems with the Z.
Z.
And what we do, T?
Hey y'all, we dropped them gems.
I'm put the gems in
Go
our
put
cup.
it. Go ahead. Go ahead. Do it for me too. There you go. Hey, go check our whole phase.
Okay, y'all.
Bye.
All right, y'all.